just wanted to talk a little bit about a problem that I see more and more of in my practice, in the clients that I deal with, but even outside when I speak to people, okay? And this is to do with oxalates. Just a really quick summary of what oxalates are. They are a naturally occurring substance that we have in our body. Animals have oxalates, plants have oxalates. And the issue occurs when the body is unable to process oxalates efficiently. So what does that look like? It's like pain. Pain, it could be in joints, it could be in muscles, it could even be in other areas like urinary pain, genital pain, eyes, headaches, gut pain. Basically, pain is the major part, that shows us that there could be an oxalate problem. And it could be so severe that it actually mimics arthritis or even fibromyalgia. And then other symptoms include fatigue, insomnia, urinary pain, cloudy urine, gas and bloating, even symptoms like anxiety and depression, burning feet, having a history of kidney stones. There are a number of potentially different factors that can contribute to having an issue with oxalates. So for example, it could be to do with the fact that you're eating too many foods that are high in oxalates. It could be that you have a genetic predisposition to have some trouble handling oxalates in the body. And then there's a huge factor which is to do with our gut. So we are supposed to have in our gut microbiome certain bacteria that help to break down oxalates and excrete them from the body. Due to many factors that disrupt the gut microbiome, such as antibiotic use or exposure to toxin or a poor diet, having had gut infections and so on and so forth. It is possible that you no longer have those bacteria or not enough of those bacteria, and so the gut is not capable of helping you to break down oxalates. The other thing is inflammation in the gut, which is again something that has to do potentially with imbalances in the gut microbiome, but it could also have to do with having a leaky gut barrier, which is also very common, these days and age. So overall, gut health plays a really big role in this as well. And so here's the interesting part when we're talking about foods high in oxalates, okay? These include foods that are thought of and that are potentially really healthy foods, right? So people who have sometimes shifted into a healthy diet and who eat more of these foods can start to experience symptoms that they previously did not experience. Thinking that they're on a really healthy diet, who would know that it's actually that diet that's contributing to those symptoms? So what am I talking about? I'm talking about things like, there's a list, okay? But the biggest culprits are spinach, beetroot, Swiss chard, sweet potatoes, russet potatoes, quinoa, almonds, chia seeds, buckwheat. I'm sure I'm missing out some, but just to give you an idea of what can be potentially an issue in terms of the oxalates. And then there's the issue of nutrient deficiencies, micronutrient deficiencies. So for example, a deficiency in vitamins B1 and B6 can impact the body's own generation of oxalates. And a mineral deficiency in calcium and magnesium in the diet means that there's not enough of these minerals available to bind with oxalates and help them to be excreted. So what can you do if oxalates are potentially an issue for you, or definitely an issue for you? Definitely diet can be really helpful, is examining what it is that you're eating and removing the foods that are high in oxalates. The second thing that is going to be very important is for you to work on your gut health. So really restoring gut barrier integrity. This can be done with diet, it can be done with supplements, it can be done in a variety of different ways, and also helping to restore the microbial balance in your gut. So that may require you to support yourself with some probiotics, probiotic-rich foods. Maybe you need to boost the intake of the foods that feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut, which are prebiotics. So yeah, overall, everything that helps for you to restore gut health. And then a quick word on testing. It's very difficult to test for oxalates being a potential problem. But the one thing that I have found is really helpful is to do an organic acids test. Organic acids tests actually show you if you have a problem with oxalate, and it can also highlight some of the contributing factors for that, like yeast overgrowth or bacterial imbalances or even a genetic predisposition. I have shared on my website an article on oxalates and also the different categories of foods that contain high, medium, and low amounts of oxalates in the diet. So that'll help you to, reduce those foods that are high in oxalates. Caveat in all this is that, don't jump to conclusions. I'm just trying to bring this to awareness. It may be an issue for you, it may not be an issue for you, but it's helpful to know that this is a problem for some people. And as I mentioned earlier, I sometimes talk to people just, in the course of my day, and they describe their symptoms, and a light bulb goes off in my head, and I talk about, how oxalates could potentially be that problem that they have never even been aware of. So don't jump to conclusions. If possible, work with a practitioner who knows about this and who can help you, because you also don't want to immediately eliminate all the oxalates from your diet, because that can result in something called oxalate dumping, and that itself can exacerbate the problems even more. So there is a particular way of doing this, and it can be really helpful to work with a practitioner who's experienced in this. If you need my help, you can always contact me, and we can have a chat about, me supporting you with this process. All right, thank you.